Running backs in Europe is a very interesting topic in my opinion. The European League of Football kind of normally will go for a homegrown or an E player in the position. Only Milan this year have gone for an American. And the American running backs have gone down every single year. Last year we only had Bunkahle. The year before that we had Madrid London and Jack Crawford, but they're both doing their own thing in different leagues now. GFL has got some amazing running backs I would love to cover at some point in this channel. Finland is just producing guys at the moment. France, really strong. Italy have some great guys too. So there are running backs in every single league that I think could step up into the European League of Football and make an impact. The best running back in Europe, in my opinion, is Tommy Whitewell. Tommy Whitewell played last season for the Munich Ravens, got 1,400 yards. His explosiveness, his versatility, his athleticism, I think is unmatched so far in the league. He is yet to sign. He's one of the very, very few players that is European and like a bona fide fucking star, and he's yet to re-sign. I want to look into 5 teams that I think might have an impact to landing him this season, some of which more likely than others, but we'll get into a short description on why I think he will or why he might not sign with these certain 5 teams. First of all, shout out to ELFpedia. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible so quickly. I had this idea last night after talking to the ELF quarterback about it, and now I wanted to make it, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without ELFpedia. They have all the roster sheets, all the information I could have possibly needed. They're organized, they're amazing, they have stats, numbers, analysis, other video creators that I'll sometimes take a look at so I can support their channels. I love them. They deserve infinite respect from everyone. The league don't even give them enough respect. Massive fucking shout out to ELFpedia. Let's look at the Barcelona Dragons. First and foremost, this is a running back room at the moment. Tony Monton is the clear number 1. However, I don't think any of these guys are bell cow running backs, in my opinion. I don't think any of them are going to be leading the league in rushing. They're all very good complementary running backs, but I think they are in need of a number 1. They have 1 E import left. That's important to note, but they do also have 4 running backs. So are they going to have a 5 running back room? I doubt it. And then with the offensive line, I'm not so sure. Let's be real, Barcelona Dragons are not a good team. I think they're probably my worst or maybe my second worst team in the league this year. Could Tommy Wood do a job behind that offensive line? Maybe. I don't think many running backs could, to be completely honest. It is not a very good offensive line. They lost a lot to the Madrid Bravos, and I don't think they did enough to fortify that unit. This one for me is extremely unlikely. I would be massively surprised if he lands at the Dragons. For me, I don't think it's going to happen. Sorry, Barcelona fans. The Raiders Tyrrell, I didn't think made much sense. I still don't really think it makes a lot of sense. Their running back room consists of Philip Timmerman, Lucas Hasselvanta, and Tobias Bonatti. Bonatti really showed out last season. He was a massive surprise. Hasselvanta is a very good young running back as well, and Philip Timmerman is also a very talented player. I don't think they're going to get Tommy Watt in that mix. They have what they need. They have a very talented receiver core. Could they use him? Absolutely. Do they have the offensive line? Absolutely. They've got a very talented offensive line. Alberto Adechi. They've got Jared Mittendorfer as well, who was a homegrown Italian. Great team. But is it as likely as the other ones? I don't think so. They already have quite an established backfield, so I don't think this one necessarily fits. Wouldn't be mad at it, but it kind of fits into the unlikely kind of area. Naturally, we have to look at the Ravens. You know, they've got 4 A's and 4 E's currently. Their running back room is there. Justin Rodney, I think, is decent. But they do have a clear hole at running back position that Tommy Watt was obviously the guy there. Their offensive line is really solid. They've got Garrett Brandt, they've got Leander, they've got Dominic Unter. They've got such a good offensive line this season. Chad Jeffries returns, who is of course the quarterback that was there last season. John Cole is not as good as Malik Stanley. He is very good, but I don't think he's as good as Malik Stanley. So they might take a bit of a downturn on the passing game, which might in turn mean that Tommy will get more time on the ball. For me, it falls upon the most likely, just because there is glaringly an obvious hole at running back in that team, and there are not many free agent running backs of his caliber out there, like full stop, let alone this late in the offseason. So for me, Munich is a very heavy favourite. For me, the Berlin Thunder is another quite unlikely one. They have Ali Khalifa, who is a pretty fucking good comp actually to Tomiwa in terms of his skill set and what he brings. He's a good running back out of the backfield. He has good hands, maybe not necessarily the best blocker, but has explosive big play potential. And he's German and just won Offensive Rookie of the Year with Milan. So for me, I don't think they really need Tomiwa to come in and be that bell cow running back. They do have one E import left. Their offensive line is very solid. Felix Lepper, I'm a big fan of. Lucas Lavin, Harry Sayre, Lars Lepig, these are all very good players. I think will kind of anchor a very underrated offensive line. Their defense is still really, really solid and overall a very good team. The running back room isn't a need, so I don't think this is a very likely one. Would it be really fucking fun to see Ali and Tomiwa? Yeah, it really would be, but I don't think we're really going to get it. Albert is also a very good complementary running back, as is Tim Schultz and Nick Holler. So I can't see it happening, unfortunately. Sorry to all the Berlin fans, but this one is probably a little less likely than the rest of them. I'd say more likely than Barcelona, but still probably not going to happen. I'm not going to lie, this one is fucking terrifying. The idea of Tomiwa Iowa on Paris is something that my mind has not quite wrapped itself around. Their running back room is thin at the moment. 2 running backs, Jake Norgmon and Chris Volumbo. That's it. Their receiver core is stacked. Remy Bertolon, Florian LaRose, American Lecolt. They got Anthony Mahamwu. They got Sim Mitchell. They got Chikel Sal. Like, they've got great receiver core. They've got Zach Evans as the running back. A good offensive line with Lewis Thomas, who's one of the best run guards in the league. Thomas Felicia is really good. Poli Sacramento is underrated. They still have 2 E imports left. Their defense is already stacked with people like Stanley Zergre, Mamadou Sai, Edwin Elo, Jordan Avessi, Marcelo Beard, Amir Kalani, Kenny Follett, Dawson Dales, Degan Gomez, Jordan Genmarquis. Like, it just keeps going on and on and on. And they've still got 2 guys. My bet is that they're going to go for offensive line, somewhere on the offensive line. And they're going to go for Tomiwa Iowa. What the fuck? This would be so scary to see, but I kind of also want to see it just because it would be fun. It would be dangerous. He would be able to perform. It's a huge market for him. It's a little bit closer to Ireland where he's from, so maybe that would be a factor. This one kept me up last night, just thinking about the different schemes and concepts they could do and whatnot. And this one is legit terrifying for the league to even have. Is it likely? Fuck yeah. Is it going to happen? Possibly. I've heard rumours. I think it could be in the top 2. I think the top 2 right now are Munich and Paris. And this overall is a scary, scary, scary thought. Now, about rounds us up. Quite an interesting topic. I thought I might do this from other European players. I thought it would be quite interesting to kind of speculate on where he might go. I asked permission beforehand. I didn't want to just be like, oh, where are you going? And he announced it the day after I put this out. But I think that it's going to be Munich or Paris, and I think that either way, he's going to be joining a contender, and he makes a good team, a great team. If you're at the end of this video, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I'm near 1,000 subscribers, and I think that'd be pretty cool to hit. So, thank you. A lot of people find my stuff by external sites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. So, don't forget to subscribe on that, because otherwise it won't come up on recommended. You won't know when I'm uploaded. Hit the bell, whatnot, notifications. I think it's one person has notifications on, so I appreciate you, whoever you are. Hope you have a good day. Thank you very much. See you later, and goodbye.